My phone buzzes just as I'm settling into the couch with a reheated burrito. I glance at the screen and see Philip's name. For a moment, I hesitate before picking up. "Hey, Philip," I say, trying to sound casual, though my voice comes out a little too enthusiastic. "What's up?" Philip, my friend from way back, launches right in without preamble. "Buddy boy, what are you doing next week? We haven't hung out in ages. I was thinking, sleepover at my place, video games, soda, snacks. You in?" I freeze for a moment, the idea catching me off guard. It sounds nice in theory. A little getaway, just the two of us playing video games and drinking pop, reliving our teenage years. But the reality hits me like a bus. I'd have to spend the night. "Sure, sounds great," I hear myself saying before my brain can stop me. The call ends, and I'm left staring at my phone. What did I just agree to? I'm a grown man, a 20-something bedwetter, and now I have to navigate a sleepover like I'm 12 years old again. I get up and start pacing my apartment, muttering to myself. This is a bad idea. A very bad idea. But the deed is done, and I have to figure out how to deal with it. First, the suitcase. It's been gathering dust in the closet since my last ill-fated attempt at a weekend trip, and it creaks like an old knee when I open it. I begin packing, narrating the process like I'm on a reality show about disastrous travel plans. Extra thick sweatpants? Check. They'll cover the bulkiness, right? Right. Lots of extra clothes on top of that? Check. Maybe Philip won't notice if my suitcase looks like I'm moving in for a month. I glance nervously at my suitcase, wondering if it has enough space, because the word diaper is suddenly echoing in my head like a taunt. By the time I'm done, the suitcase is bursting at the seams. I wheel it to the bus station, a Greyhound-style terminal that smells faintly of hot dogs and broken dreams. As I hand my suitcase to the attendant, I think, if only you knew what was in there. I board the bus, trying to ignore the creeping dread. Sitting down, I feel a wave of exhaustion, but no, I can't fall asleep. I'm not protected. The irony of needing protection while trying to act like an adult isn't lost on me. The bus ride drags, with my mind oscillating between anxiety and exhaustion. I try to distract myself by staring out the window, but every bump in the road feels like a metaphor for my situation. Eventually, I arrive at Philip's house, and he greets me with his usual high-energy enthusiasm. For a while, I forget about my worries. We dive into video games, drink far too much soda, and laugh until our sides hurt. It's fun, almost normal. But then bedtime looms. Philip announces he's heading to bed, and I realize I haven't planned this far ahead. I sneak into the cramped bathroom with my backpack, muttering, "This is ridiculous." The bathroom is so tiny that maneuvering feels like performing acrobatics. After a struggle that involves a lot of rustling and whispered swearing, I manage to put on a diaper. Back in the living room, I lay down on the couch. To be safe, I line it with paper towels and a plastic bag. It's not elegant, but it'll do. I toss and turn, hyper-aware of every crinkle, until I finally drift off. My dreams are strange and vivid, filled with exaggerated scenarios where everyone at Philip's house discovers my secret and points at me in cartoonish outrage. The next morning, I'm jolted awake by Philip's voice. "Hey yo, get up, buddy boy." I panic. Did something happen? Did Philip notice? I blurt out, "Oh no," before realizing he's just being his goofy self. Still, the panic doesn't fade. I feel the telltale warmth and know the worst has happened. My diaper is wet. I bolt to the bathroom, heart pounding. I peel off the diaper, stuff it into a plastic bag, and, in a stroke of desperation, hide it in the toilet tank. This is fine, I tell myself. Totally fine. Philip, oblivious, announces he's running out for snacks. The moment the door closes, I retrieve the bag from the tank and bury it in the kitchen trash. I double bag it for good measure, feeling like I'm part of a covert operation. The adrenaline leaves me shaky, but I manage to compose myself by the time Philip returns. "Man, you okay?" Philip asks, tossing a bag of chips on the table. I nod, a little too quickly. "Yeah, just tired. Long bus ride and all." We spend the rest of the morning playing more video games, the tension easing with each round. Philip is oblivious, and I find myself laughing for real, forgetting my earlier panic. We decide to walk to a nearby park to stretch our legs and grab lunch from a food truck. It's during this walk that I start to feel a small sense of victory. I'm managing. My condition hasn't ruined everything. Later that afternoon, we return to Philip's house, and I finally relax. Philip doesn't suspect a thing, and I realize I might have been overthinking the whole situation. As we sit on the couch, sharing leftover pizza and rewatching an old movie we used to love, I feel a surprising wave of gratitude. "Hey, thanks for having me over," I say, the words slipping out without much thought. Philip grins. "Of course, buddy boy, you're always welcome here." My chest tightens, but not in a bad way. It's relief, maybe even a little joy. For the first time in a while, I feel like I can live a normal life, or at least something close to it. Life isn't about avoiding every awkward moment. It's about getting through them and finding the good parts in between. As we laugh over a particularly ridiculous game moment, I realize something important. Even in the messiest, most embarrassing situations, there's always room for connection. And right now, that's more than enough.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Mommy Sarah's Story Time. If you enjoyed the stories, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Remember, my channel is not monetized, and I write most of the content myself. On occasions when I don't, it's sourced through emails from trusted contacts. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you're able to, consider making a donation to support our channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you.